I'm just choosing to believe that everything is going to work out. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting this. I think it's beaches all the way to the demilitarized zone. Did my trousers survive it? We'll find out later. Kind of looks like no one's stopping you, so as long as you don't fall, you're good. Well, I did what I always do in these situations, and I spoke to a lady, and she says my digital ticket is fine. So, here's hoping that is true. My bus should be from number 19 in about an hour and a half. I'm just choosing to believe that everything is going to work out. Good morning everyone, from Sokcho, a town about 2 hours east of Seoul. I'd take him home and I'd raise him like a dog. Sokcho is a seaside town and we will get to the beach at some point. But first we're going to go to the mountains. I think this is the right bus stop. I'm looking for the number 7. None of those are a 7. Nothing like the ominous feeling of not knowing if the bus you're waiting for is ever going to arrive. Well, I made it to the mountains and it is absolutely beautiful. Apparently there's a cable car you can get all the way to the top, so let's see if that's true. I like him, I just don't want to meet him. Sokcho is famous for the national park that surrounds it. It's absolutely massive. So you get to explore a bit of it from here. You just kind of feel like you're in the middle of the mountains. It's gorgeous. This is really why I wanted to come here. Having been in Seoul, which was great, it's nice to be in nature. You have to get up pretty early in the morning to beat the Korean crowd.
Now second floor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Success.
안으로 조금씩만 더 들어와주세요. 더 들어오세요.
Well, it might have been absolutely packed, but what counts is that I was on the first cable car of the day. That is a win. I'm trying to race ahead of the crowds. I don't think it's going to work all day, but worth a try to start off with. There's meant to be loads to see on Serak Mountain, although right now I just kind of took the first path I could. I'm just wandering into the woods. But I'm sure it'll lead somewhere. And yeah, it might seem silly to race here first thing and then be the first in the cable car, but and then race off the cable car to the first destination. But I tell you, it is worth it to be the only one here right now. My goodness. It's a hot day, but there's a lovely cool breeze. I guess coming off the mountains, heading towards the sea. It's just phenomenal here. It looks like you can scramble up the rocks a little bit, so let's go and do that. Kind of looks like no one's stopping you, so as long as you don't fall, you're good. Looks like the set of every Star Trek episode ever made. Ooh. Oh, no one else seems to have gone this way. I'm climbing up a vertical cliff, but I'm sure I'll be fine. Nothing to worry about. It's only 700 meters down. Gosh. Well, down there is Sokcho, where I've been staying, and out there is what they call in Korea the East Sea, And they call in Japan the Sea of Japan, which does cause some contention from what I understand. This is just an absolutely breathtaking place. This is the reason I wanted to come to Sokcho so much. So I can climb up Sorak Mountain, well, cable car up, and see views like this and just be in some South Korean nature. I love it. I love it. Absolutely my type of thing. Scrambling around all these rocks, trying not to fall. Well, I've climbed as far as you can until you reach these off-limit signs. It might look like I'm relaxed, but I am actually clinging on for dear life. This is what it's all about, for me at least. Do you want one together? 1, 2, 3. The joys of being a lone traveller is that I take a lot of people's photographs for them. 1, 2, 3. I'm just always taking people's photographs for them. It was definitely worth racing. Right, what else can we find on top of Sorak Mountain, which I'm definitely anglicising the name of, I think, a little bit. There's meant to be a temple around here somewhere. Anrakham Temple, Anrakham Temple, which I'm going to find. I can hear some temple sounding music in the distance. So maybe I follow that and we get lucky. Finding a temple, that's my idea of getting lucky. Man, I do travel alone a lot. Well, this looks promising. I think that sign was the cost for all the different types of offerings that you can make. It said burning sacrifices, which I'm going to assume means candles and incense. Some of them were pretty expensive. Gosh, the view from this temple is absolutely incredible. Just looking right out at the mountains and down to the sea. It's very peaceful. I'm going to keep scrambling down, I think. Lots of other stuff I'm hoping to find, oh god, and see. 800 years old they say this tree is, and it's meant to resemble a crane. I'm not sure if it does resemble a crane, but I'm willing to suspend belief. Well, I was only expecting one, so I've got one for now and one for later. It's so hot. A chewy pancake full of honey. I mean, it's difficult to compare, honestly. It's fantastic. It's so good. My ears are popping. Didn't really get a chance to explore down here earlier as I was running for the cable car, which was worth it. I mean, this national park is absolutely vast. I think it covers like 5 boroughs, 5 districts. It spans half the way back to Seoul. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting this. It's called the Grand Buddha of Unification, I believe. It's made out of bronze. It's absolutely massive. The incense burning smells absolutely incredible. Such a beautiful, like, cedar and pine type fragrance. Just having another one of those. I hope I'm in the right place for the bus type of quiet moments. But the breeze is lovely, so very difficult to complain. My bus exists. I'm the best traveller who ever did it. Okay, that is a load off my mind. I couldn't buy my bus ticket online because you need to have a Korean identity card, which I don't. And I went to the express bus terminal, which is where I turned up in Sokcho, and that was wrong. So I'm now at the intercity bus terminal, and it's just so easy to buy a bus ticket from the machine. It's cost me about £26, about $35 for my ticket to Busan on Thursday. Done, sorted and solved. That is a weight off my mind, if I'm honest. I like being here, but I also want to be able to leave. The final stop for my first day in Sokcho is a market where apparently I can get some traditional Sokcho specific food. My guess is that this is it. I'm not 100% sure. I know this is a seaside town, but there's a lot of crab. I'm definitely getting a mixture of smells from all the spices and the food to the deep fried tempura looking food, which I'm sure is a different name here, to then stalls of dried fish. There's a whole film crew filming over there. Again, I'm here, just me, Matthew, on his own, brave in South Korea, all by himself. No one else would dream of doing it. Yes, please. 감사합니다. Thank you. Success. I came here for sweet chicken, and I'm certainly leaving with some. Alright, let's go find somewhere a little bit more scenic to eat this food. What is this shop and why is everyone here? Yes, this is better. So what I bought was something called dakgangjeong, which is a famous Sokcho specific dish of sweet and sour chicken. Now there are two versions of this. One is normal, the other is very spicy. The lady who sold it me did not specify. We know we've got the spicy one, let's be real. This portion that I got came to about £2.50, so about $3. I'm very excited. Really nice. It's super sticky and like glazed, but it's just deep fried chicken, battered deep fried chicken underneath. It's a little bit spicy, but it's not like massively over spicy, which is good for me. Okay, that bit is spicier. It's really good. I am a massive fan of eating the thing from the place, you know? And this dakgangjeong is the thing from Sokcho, and it is really good. What a beautiful place I found right near my hotel to enjoy it. Well, I'm going to eat the rest of this because it's really good. I'm going to enjoy this view of the ocean, and I'll see you tomorrow. So that pavilion that overlooks the actual sea, you can't get to right now, but it's called Yonggyeom-jeong, I believe. And it's called that because the sound that the waves make as they crash against the rocks is meant to sound like a traditional Korean instrument. And jeong just means pavilion. This place is also kind of famous because it's meant to be somewhere that you can see fairies. I don't know when you can see them, how you can see them, what happens when you do see them, but there's fairies. Count me in. The plan today is to explore Sokcho itself. We weren't really in Sokcho at all yesterday, just in the nature reserve, but it's time to explore this seaside town, see what's going on. Younger Matthew would be searching these rock pools for marine life. That's what we used to do on holiday in Wales, rock pooling. And whenever we actually found something, we'd get my mom to get it out because none of us wanted to touch anything. This is absolutely peak rock pooling territory. Looks like there's an observatory at the top of these steps. Health. I don't know what you do at the observatory, but we'll find out. What we do is spend the next 20 minutes here because it's fully air conditioned. That is nice. My plan is to wind around all of the coastline today and see what's going on in Sokcho. But from where I was staying, I actually haven't looked this way, and there's way more beaches. I think it's beaches all the way to the demilitarized zone. Everywhere I've been to in South Korea has been absolutely obsessed with fire prevention and fire smoke masks in all the subways, in every building, in all the hotel rooms. There's like rappel wires, ropes. I don't think they're it's not Mission Impossible. Like rappel ropes for you to latch onto and escape a building in case of a fire. And that's not a problem. I haven't got anything against that, obviously. It's just unusual to see so much care taken about it. Although saying that, they did have a wildfire here in Sokcho in 2019. Thousands of people had to be evacuated. It killed 2 people. It was started, I think, by a downed wire from an electrical company who ended up having to pay a bunch in compensation to the victims. It was really devastating. The pictures of that wildfire are absolutely crazy. I'm gonna guess this is the instrument that all the rocks are named after. I wasn't expecting that statue to be quite so poignant. It's of a mother and son looking and pointing towards North Korea because they're stuck here in Sokcho. They can't go back. After the Korean War ended, their hometown was either not there anymore or impossible to return to. That must have been the fate of so many people who ultimately had to resettle here. I mean, it's lovely here, but if it's not home, then it's not home. There's all these little gorgeous black birds with white tips of their tail feathers, and they're all scavenging after this boat, which probably has the residue of a bunch of fish on there. I'm guessing that squid is what everyone's eating. I'm not much of a squid kind of guy, but it is one of the delicacies of Sokcho. They just cut it up raw, serve it out, and everyone's enjoying it. Who am I to judge? I wish you could smell what I can smell right now. The pollen and the scent from all those flowers is absolutely overpowering. It's wonderful. So I'm wandering through a place called Abe Village, which means in Korean aged person village or uncle village, and it's full of refugees. At least it was started by refugees from North Korea. A huge community of people took the opportunity as the North Korean and Chinese army was marching south to go this way, and they ended up here in Sokcho, and they resided and they stopped here in Abe village. The temporary became permanent as the 38th parallel, is it, that divides North and South Korea, became a hardened border. And it meant the people that were stuck here were stuck here. There are people from this village who reapplied for North Korean citizenship just so they could go return to their families. No matter what regime they were going under, family was a bit more important. But the rest of the people stopped here, and it was just a fishing village that would flood because the breakwater wasn't very good and all the ground was muddy. But they made a go of it. And this is Abe Village, a North Korean refugee community. Now, more so than just fishing to survive, tourism is what drives the economy around here. People living off. No one ask any questions. But culturally, I mean, before the war, what was that different between North and South Koreans? It's a genuine question. I mean, North Koreans settling just a few hundred kilometers or 100 kilometers south of the border. I imagine they fit in pretty well. I do have my opinions on North Korea. I probably won't be visiting, but gosh, from a little sandbank to it does feel a bit like a pop-up community, even 70 years after the fact. But what a view they have. Well, this is handy. It's quiet out here in Sokcho today, which I am enjoying. There's just massive stretches of open beach with no one on them. It's great. Well, I do have one fun fact about Sokcho is, do you remember when Pokemon Go was a huge thing? Well, South Korea is a bit funny about its maps. It doesn't like sharing maps. In fact, when you're here, the map you absolutely should use is called Nava or Naver. Don't use Google Maps here, it doesn't work at all. But when Pokemon Go is a thing, because it uses maps to go and catch your Pokemon, It didn't really work very well in much of South Korea, but it did work really well in Sokcho and the surrounding areas. So they saw swarms, just huge amounts of people caught up in Pokemon Go frenzy descend upon this area to catch them all. Just imagine everyone walking around looking at the phones trying to catch a Gyarados. And look, I remember when Pokemon came out. I remember Red and Blue on the Game Boy, the original Game Boy. People never think this about me, but I'm almost 40 years old. I turned 38 in a few months, which is fine. I'm fine about it. I wouldn't mind a girlfriend. If you're Korean and watching this and think, huh, he's nice, message below. I like board games, I like cats, and I like traveling for months on end on my own. What a prospect for any ladies out there. I've also been walking up on this ledge for the last 10 minutes and I'm beginning to think getting down might be an issue. It's just a very rough slide. Did my trousers survive it? We'll find out later. For such a big seaside resort, Sokcho really is quite a peaceful and sleepy town. I mean, there's a lot of restaurants to go eat crab at, but other than that, there's the beach, and that's about it really. It's calm and quiet, which is never a bad thing really, unless you're filming a travel video. This watchtower and all this barbed wire are all that really remains as the remnants of the Korea War. I guess they've just been rusting away for the past 70 years. Preserved, so you can get just a taste of what life would have been like here. Especially when you see the backdrop of Sokcho in the distance through the wire.
이번 정류소는
Today we are back in Serak-san National Park. I've got my Confidence vitamin supply drink in lieu of breakfast. And instead of getting a cable car, we're not going to get much nature for the next few weeks, so I'm off to hike a mountain and get some nature. This is the reunification stupa, which was built to pray for reunification between North and South Korea. Alright, so we're going to be following a trail for the Tawangseong Falls. I don't know how much water is going to be at these falls. It's all a bit dry. But let's go for it anyway. It's orangey and medicinal. But I'm sure it's great for me. It'll keep me going all day. I'm so full of amino acids I could fight a bear. Which I've seen a lot of bear iconography around this national park so far. Are there bears? Upon further research, Asiatic black bears is what they have here. Also known as moon bears, which makes them sound less dangerous. This is the park, and it's actually even got a "You are here." I am here, and we're going to travel all the way up to there. Well, I do have my All Trails map downloaded. Not sponsored, but I use All Trails all the time. It's fantastic. But maybe it'll just be signposted the whole way. That would be a change. I'm not expecting miracles from these waterfalls, so we'll see how it goes. It is so good to be out in some nature. It's a reset for my mind and for our soul and spirit, you know. Just feels good. This national park is 1,700 square kilometers, and it's just so lovely. It's full of Korean pines, and there's loads of magnolia plants and loads of like 1,500 animal species out here, including that bear. I found an animal species. He was a little scamp. I don't think he knew what to do. Good to know. That is some solid information. The sound of nature is so loud here. You got all the cicadas and stuff like in here, birds and lots of scurrying going on in the woods. The steps have started. There's something about hiking next to running water that is just so much better than not. The other bounce to this bridge, I've come off the path. It says no swimming, so I'm not swimming. But wow, what an amazing place. Sheer steps the whole way, it looks like. Which is kind of what I expected, honestly. And these like maintained national park trails. Every time the gorge opens up again, I just want to show you because it's so wonderful. Such a beautiful place. This one's Beryong Fall. I don't think it's in full flow right now, but it's definitely flowing, which is all I cared about, honestly. That water looks pretty good right now. Onwards and upwards. That's what we say. Apparently, not everybody goes the last 1,000 steps to go to the overlook. I'm doing it. Oh God, it's endless. I'm just taking just a quick minute. 30 seconds. And yeah, so it's great. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Wow.
Well, if I can get to the top, I best press on. Let's finish. Made it. The view was definitely worth the steps. You are absolutely gorgeous. Look how handsome you are. He fell for my trap. I've lured him in with honey roasted peanuts. Ha! What a handsome brute. I've come prepared. I'm going to celebrate with a bottle of soju. Lukewarm, room temperature, as God intended. Gosh, it's like rocket fuel. Well, that is it from Sokcho and Sereraksan National Park. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Yesland. I just appreciate you so much for being here, joining me on the journeys, and just inspiring me to carry on. All that's left to say is like and subscribe and share this video with someone else. But more importantly than that, be kind to yourself, be kind to someone else, and as always, onwards and upwards. Even though I'm going downwards this time, thank God.